Hi guys. So today's Tuesday, the 25th of February. I played two games. So here we go. First game, playing with the black pieces, and yeah, let's have a look. Wrong button. So yeah, just ordinary stuff. Bringing out some stuff. Bringing out the knights and the bishops. My opponent's obviously going to take on the center, and it was a tough game. It put a lot of pressure on me straight from the start. I don't like this position where I'm in, and yeah, I haven't been able to figure out how to deal with it because I every now and then end up in the same position, and it's not very nice. Um, so, and he pushes the pawn, capture, recapture. I'm having to retreat. Okay, so maybe okay, that's maybe the suggestion that I'm looking for. Give a check and then just trade up some material because all my pieces are going to be struggling. Okay, I have to keep that in mind for the next time. So now they keep pushing, so I have to retreat. I can advance, but I always find this a bit tricky because I don't know, maybe they start pushing you around with the bishop again, and then you have to, yeah, then I'm pretty much stuck already. So I don't think this is a good idea. For if I go here, he goes here, and now I have to retreat somewhere. Um, can't go here, 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 so I'm stuck. So I don't know why this seems to be even, because I'm just about, as far as I can see, just about to lose my knight, unless I do this. And then they en passant. Okay, so that could be the idea. Okay, and then we're still even. Okay, so I'm learning some stuff. Hopefully, if you're in the same position, you've learned something. So this is a nice line. So firstly, best thing to do is just give a check, and then my block, and you carry on, and it's even. It prevents from some of my items getting stuck later on in the game. And if you don't, so the best thing to do is to go here and yeah. But what was I trying to do already? Oh yeah. Yeah, doesn't even matter even if it goes there with the queen. I just go like this, play en passant, and I recapture, and I'm straight away doing that with a tempo. Okay, this is good for me to know because I'm always getting into trouble. So I hope I can remember that for next time because I actually retreated and then they keep pushing. I have to retreat my other knight, and oh, this is a blunder. Okay, let me have a look. Because there's a tactic here, this is a blunder because I can win material. If you want, pause the video and find out for yourself. And yeah, if you won't be able to find it, I'll tell you later what the eventual win might be. So if you're back and you know, that's great. I'm still having to find out because I'm not seeing it just yet. But if you don't see it, there's a potential to win a knight eventually. But with these stockfish lines, they don't always come true. So yeah, if you want to find out for yourself, just pause the video. So I'm just gonna. This is not what happened, but I'm gonna show the tactics as stockfish recommends. Okay, this obviously is never going to happen. That's why I hate about this, because I push here. I'm sure that what did they do? Yeah, white. I mean, they can just take. Firstly, I think it's an inaccuracy, but still, can retake. And then the game goes on. So there was no tactic. Sometimes Stockfish finds tactics that actually aren't there, which I find awkward. But this would have been a way to deal with it because now I'm weakening my pawn structure completely. He takes, I take, he takes, I take. Okay, so he gives up a bishop for a knight, but my pawns are really messed up and my queen is out in the open. And wasn't quite sure what he was going to do, but I thought maybe he goes here, but first go here, pin the knight to the king. But I thought like it's defended anyway. So I thought like let's bring the bishop out, at least covering this square. And then he gave a check. Uh, and obviously I couldn't block it because then he would take, I'd have to recapture and he'd win a rook. So I had to step out and check again. And this is just trading off pawns, which is no problem. I am actually still equal. But obviously I'm pretty my position is quite messed up, and I had to take a long time to consider what to do. I did actually think about this trading queens because I'm obviously in a cramped position, so maybe next time I should do it. And I thought rather than trading, maybe go out for tactics, maybe push this pawn. I thought because it's a weak pawn anyway, so I thought if I can push it and sacrifice it for creating like an open position, and then my queen and bishop would be eyeing at this square. So that was my idea. Rather than trading, I wanted to get more out of it. And he's just piling on the pressure. Okay, Stockfish want me to go that way. Yeah, I did consider maybe when I push, I'm still having like an eyeing on this square also, even though it is defended now. Yeah, this was a mistake. Did see it. It's just losing a knight. He wins a pawn. No, actually, he didn't win a pawn. What did he? What was the score before? It was 0. Yeah, so he won a pawn. How is that? Because he lost a knight. No, actually, he didn't lose a knight. Ah, I see. Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, he lost the knight and won a pawn because now he's taking this. He's sacrificing his bishop for a pawn. I recapture and then he recaptures the knight. So I won a piece, lost a pawn. Yeah, but my opponent was really tricky, and I still didn't have a clear way of uh, yeah, creating a win out of this position. And I thought like at least I have to get out of the pin and maybe get my rook behind the bishop for extra protection. Um, yeah, and this was a tricky situation because I obviously wanted to trade down, but I did see like if he takes here, if I take, he takes with a check and wins a pawn. And I'd have to go down here and my rook is stuck. So I thought like, okay, well, there's no threat. He can capture my bishop, but that's defended. And I'm up for trading down material. So, okay, didn't like that at all. Um, oh, hang on. Oh, yeah, he wanted me to trade off the queens. Yeah, which is I did consider it. But once again, I still had ideas of going for a checkmate. So maybe next time I should just when I'm up and I don't see a clear picture of how to win, just trade off some stuff and get into a good end game. Yeah, so we should do that. Um, but at least now I thought like if I take this, no, I, I thought I need to defend both of these pawns and get my rook out of the corner. So that was my aim. And obviously, he wasn't just eyeing on this; he was also eyeing on this pawn with two attackers. So now that was defended, and now I'm bringing out this rook, and he doesn't like it at all. Um, okay, yeah, okay. So we want me to make a threat checkmate, but you can easily defend that. Anyway, yeah, okay. Maybe he did want to win this. Win this. I don't know. Anyway, he got there, and okay, this was a blunder. I thought we were just trading off. Ah, yeah, yeah, yeah. I did see that. Yeah, yeah, yeah. True. Because I did lose a bishop. Yep, 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 yep. Okay. So this is what happened. Stepped out, and now I'm stuck basically with my bishop. I should have gone here, I think. Uh, here, there. Oh, there. I'm trying out some new colors. There you go. Because if I go here, he advances this pawn and I'm stuck. He didn't even want me to move. Oh yeah. Well, what if I did go here? Okay, that's absolutely a blunder. Um, because hang on. Oh, maybe because they can advance the pawn and give a checkmate. No. T before, Toro before, Toro. Oh, okay. You could give a checkmate. Check. And I can only go here, and then it's a checkmate. Ah, checkmate? No, it's not a checkmate. To C1, C1. Okay, you want me to go there? Anyway, this is all a bit too complicated for me. It didn't happen. They advanced the pot. Hang on, this is not even what happens. I brought my bishop out here, and now I've lost my bishop. So I thought, like, just sacrifice it for a pawn near the king. And I thought maybe I can get like into some checks, but I didn't. Um, I still want me to go for a trade. And this is obviously a bit tricky, so close by, but I thought like, well, this square is defended. Uh, so he gives a check uh, and checks again. And this is just winning a pawn for me, so I'm up a pawn. And now I thought like, let's trade rooks because I'm up. And obviously defending this pawn, it's attacked twice. And now he's shuffling around. And I thought, okay, well, let's push one pawn and win this pawn. Oh, yeah. Okay, so now we're down to 2 pawns each, but mine are more advanced. And now we're getting into some really tricky positions. Um, and I'm a bit. I thought I was quite good at endgames, but I've learned I'm not. I'm fumbling all over the place because he's checking me, and I had to obviously be careful not to get checkmated here with a ladder. So I felt like I better get out of the way. And now obviously I'm in trouble because if I go here, it's I can't go here. Oh, there's only one square I can go here. Then I thought like he has to retreat his rook because he can't give a check straight away here because I can capture his rook. But I thought like if he moves it, I can at least bring my rook up and defend. So this is what happened. And Stockfish doesn't even like it. What did f8 want me to go for a check? Okay. Yeah, so tricky, tricky, tricky. And this rook is doing bugger all. It's doing nothing. It's just sitting there, chilling. I thought let's get rid of the knight. And now rook, obviously now he's able to go for his ladder again. So I had to be really careful. And I thought like rather than counting just on this pawn, let's push this pawn also. And I felt like I could go behind it, which is a mistake. You want me to go here. Yeah, and now I blundered. Not just a little bit, but full on blunder. I thought let's push the pawn. Checkmate. Yeah, I could have won, but it would have had to go hang on, I would have had to go here. He obviously can't give a check here because I grabbed the rook. He can't check here because it's defended. So maybe he'd have to go back here and leave space for his rook to prevent this pawn, and then what would I have to do? I think I'd have to advance. Yeah, Stockfish likes it. Still can't check me here because I'll grab his rook. So just thinking maybe go here, put pressure on this pawn. Let's pressure twice, defend it twice. So keep pushing the pawn. Stockfish likes it kind of. And then maybe if you would bring this king around to go here. No. Wouldn't have liked it. Would have wanted to go check here, but then I would have maybe gone here. Nope. Now it's a draw. What? What? Go here again. Yeah, then they have to think and then push pawn. And obviously then then he's obviously like in a nasty position because you can't move this rook here because hang on, because then he would be losing this. And if he doesn't move his rook, obviously I'm gonna promote. He's gonna have to recapture. I recapture, and then yeah. So I could have won, but I didn't. So that was game one. Let's go to game two. 1 minute. So game two. Here we go. Now playing with white. It's an interesting game also. Going for a Jibaba London setup. And when this happens, it's not really a big problem. Bringing out the bishop to prevent from his knight to enter. And then I made a slight error, I think. Yeah, I made an error. I should have just brought my... Well, I wanted to go here with my knight. Because apparently, if you play Jababa London and they advance this pawn in front of the bishop, for whatever reason, then you play your knight out here. If they bring out the bishop out of the pawn structure, you play your bishop, your knight here. So I wanted to go here with my knight. So I thought like, let him capture me. But now I have double pawns, and now we get into a really awkward position. I've never been in such a weird couple of moves, and it didn't work out too good for me. Brought out my knight. He wants to capture my bishop, and I didn't want to surrender my bishop straight away. And I thought if I get here, I wanted to castle this way. I have messed up pawn structure slightly. So I thought like I go here and prevent from castling. And I thought like nothing can get rid of me. So I went there, but then they stepped out of the way. So the queen is looking at me. So I had to retreat. And I couldn't go here because then the pawn pushes and I'm stuck. So now a whole shuffling around. So I thought like get back here. Castling. Now he's trying to get my bishop again. So I thought like, okay, well, let's go just the other side again. I couldn't go here. I could have gone here. Oh yeah, but then I thought like he's going to go there again. And we're repeating. So anyway, he brings back. So I go back here again. And now he's clever because I thought this is what he should have done sooner. Because I cannot get out of here. I can't go here. I can't go here. So now not only am I doubling my pawns, but I'm tripling. I've tripled isolated pawns. So this is really terrible. I didn't know what to do, so I thought like, well, just at least give some room for my king. I didn't even like this. Oh, was I gonna get trapped if he pushed this pawn? Yeah, he could have trapped me. Mwah. So that wouldn't even been better for my opponent, obviously. So I'm actually quite glad that he took my bishop. So it took a long while for him to get my bishop, and there you have it. You can have it. But obviously I'm going to lose a pawn, so I'm down material, which is not good. I thought like, well, I'm going to lose that. Can do nothing about it. At least have these protected. And I'm quite stuck here because everything needs to be staying where it is to defend. Oh, I'll make my queen anyway, and yeah, so there wasn't really too much I could do at the moment. So I thought like, well, let's trade off some pawns, create some space. I thought he was going to take my bishop, but he didn't, so I retreated it again. And I'm not quite sure why I did this. So I had, oh yeah, this is a mistake. He didn't actually take advantage of it, but by doing this, he could, with the tempo on my rook, also fork this pawn. And he had a long think, and I thought like, well, in a world I can give a check here, go in with a check with my rook, and maybe go for checkmate. But then I saw like, well, actually my queen is on the wrong spot here, because it probably should have been here. Here. So I could bring out the knight here, and then with the queen here for a checkmate threat. So I wasn't quite sure what to do here, and I was expecting him to capture my pawn with the knight. So then I couldn't even, well, I could go here, but it wouldn't have any advantage for me. But he didn't, and this is where he made an error. So I blundered in the first game, and now my opponent blunders. And I did actually see the tactic, so if you want to figure it out for yourself, if you don't see it, pause the video. So if you've seen it, it's great, and otherwise I'll show you. It's this knight is in the way for the rook, and the rook is undefended, and my queen is looking at that rook, and my bishop is looking at a check. So if I can get rid of the knight, like this, it needs to go away. I give a check. Yes, I lose my bishop, but I win a rook. So I'm up 2 points, 2 points, 2 points. And yeah, and I thought like, let's bring back, defend this pawn. And they bring another attacker. So I bring another defender. This was a bit tricky because I couldn't go here, obviously. And I couldn't go here because it'd be a pin. That'd be a shame. And I obviously wanted to defend this. And I moved my queen here. And I didn't actually see a tactic. But no, actually, I moved it here without a clear purpose. But when I thought like I'm going to lose a pawn. He obviously cannot take it with the, with the queen. So I thought he's going to take it with the bishop. But there's no check. And I did see my queen is actually eyeing at the rook. So I thought like if he captures it, I grab a rook. And I heard somewhere, some master, grandmaster, whatever, they did a study and, oh, actually it was a women FIDE master, I think she is. Some Italian woman, a young girl. Nice, she's cool. She's read somewhere or studied something, and they say up till, I don't know, 1500 rating or 1800 rating, people can only look about 1, 2, 3 squares in distance or something. So, and this is like 5 squares. So people below a certain rating don't just see these kind of things for whatever reason. So, but the truth is in the pudding, because my opponent didn't see it and he lost the rook. Actually, I could have taken here. I don't know why I retreated my... Oh, I thought like, let's go for a trade because I'm up. I probably should have taken this pawn because that gets a bit tricky later on, these pawns. Because obviously he has 3 pawns against 2. And there is going to be some tension and he blocks and attacks, which is good. And I thought like, now this is attacked. So let's defend it. And this is defended by my queen. This is only defended by the pawn, but I thought he's down so much material, he's never going to trade. Because I have a rook and I have 2 rooks for a bishop. Yes. So anyway, shuffling around begins. I wasn't quite sure what to do. I must say my opponent played quite well and active in the position he was in, and I was forced to defend. So I was way up in material, but I couldn't actually find a right way to win just yet because these pawns are all protected. So his kingdom is really properly closed off. There was no way in for me. The only way in would if I would go in with my queen, but then I'd be leaving everything behind. I didn't want to do that. So I was trying to find a way to create some of the play, and I thought like at least now this is protected by my queen, so I can move my rook maybe here because obviously I did want to get out of the light squares also because the bishop could harass me there. Not sure what that does. So I thought like, okay, let's, oh yeah, he's already eyeing at this, winning a pawn. So defending, he brings the knight out, and I was getting a bit worried here because I didn't see any play and my time went down. It's 4 minutes now, but I went down to about a minute. And I had to just shuffle things around just to gain some extra time because you get 10 seconds per move. So I was just shuffling things around because I didn't see any play, to be honest. So he's pushing the pawns. I thought like, let's get the knight out of there because it was under attack. And I thought like, if he pushes this pawn, I can grab this one. He's retreating his knight. And I thought like, this bishop is such a menace. I'm up so much, and I learned this somewhere in the last couple of weeks. If you're up so much material, just trade a higher value piece for a lower value piece. And I thought I might even get a pawn if he recaptures like this, but uh, he recaptures like this. And firstly, he moves here, but I thought like, I'm gonna have to do this, get rid of it, because I'm up so much. But I couldn't actually get an extra pawn, so it's just like losing 5 points, winning 3. I'm still up 4. So it's still a winning position. I'm a full rook up and 1 pawn down. But this obviously, because of this recapture, he's got 4 pawns now here against 2. So I was worried. And I was getting lower and lower on time. I have under 2 minutes, my opponent's 6 minutes. And I just didn't see a way in. I just didn't see a way in. And now I'm just defending this again. And he's pushing the pawns. And I thought like doubling and maybe go here and hopefully go for a trade. He pushes the pawn. I have to retreat again. And now I just didn't know what to do. As I said, I was just shuffling some stuff around. Gaining some precious seconds. And obviously this was also a bit tricky because if you would have pushed the pawn or maybe push this pawn, capture, capture, recapture, and my queen would be undefended. So I thought like, wasn't quite sure what to do. Once again, trying to make quick developing moves and gain some time, but still my time is going down. I'm just over a minute, as you can see, and my opponent is 3 minutes. Yeah, so I thought just gain some time. I've gained 10 seconds again. He clearly didn't have a clue either what to do. Just get rid of the queen. Get rid of the queen. And now obviously I was trying to get a check here, and he's defending it. Yeah. And obviously now he was eyeing at this pawn, trying to get in. So defend, trade. And now this is pretty good because like we're trading off material. And my opponent doesn't need to trade off. He needs to make sure that his pawns get a chance to promote. So any pawn that's gone for me is good because I'm up in material. I don't really specifically need to promote a pawn to win, but my opponent does. And now I thought like I'll go. Why did I do this? Oh yeah, I wasn't even quite sure why I did go there. Well, I went from here to here. I went there for a reason. Oh, maybe I was planning going here with my rook and then go in for a check. But my opponent went there, and that's a mistake because now this pawn is undefended, and I'm pinning the knight to the queen, which attacked twice and defended once. So take the pawn, and the queen can't do anything on its own. Also because it's just a queen alone can in most cases not do any damage. Some ways there is, but not in this position because you can only go here and it's undefended, this queen. Can't go take this, can't take this, and his knight cannot be involved anymore because it's pinned. And not sure why he did this, but now I'm grabbing the knight, and he can either recapture and I capture, and then I'm up a rook and a knight against 4 pawns, and that's obviously going to be easy. Or he could choose not to trade, but then it's same. But yeah, it's going to be really difficult now for him to make this a win. And even I don't know, even if he would have become tricky, I don't know, what could he have done? Stepped out of the way first of all, and then I would have just given a check. Um, Maybe he goes there, stay close to his queen, um, and then yeah, then I would have just gone here and just traded the queens, etc., etc. So one loss, one win. Yeah, not too happy about the first game. I should have won, but there you go. Chess is always should have won, but I didn't. So I learned something again. Uh, yeah. So thank you for watching again. If you like these videos, consider pressing the red button in the corner to subscribe to my channel, and you get notified of new videos. And like it if you like these videos, and if you want, give me a comment. Any comment and I'll reply. And yeah, that's it. So that's it for today. I'll see you in the next video, and take care for now. Bye bye.